Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you a video titled, If a man truly cares about you, he will always ask these 11 questions. When a man cares about you, he will want to be involved in every area of your life and ensure your happiness. To properly do that, he needs to know certain things about you. It's impossible to reach someone at their core when you don't know the things that would reach them. However, since he is not a mind reader, he will likely ask questions to ensure he knows who you are and your state of mind at every moment. He will inquire to know how to reach you and give you what you need. If a man is constantly asking you these questions, it is a clear sign he cares about you. So, what are these questions? This post contains the questions a man will always ask when he truly cares about you. If a man truly cares about you, he will always ask these 11 questions. 1. How are you? You are probably thinking, how cliché. Surely, you don't mean this question is something special that a man who cares about me will ask me. The same how are you that every Tom, Dick and Harry ask. In fact, even people who don't care about you ask this question. Not because they care to know the answer, but because it has become some conversation filler or part of our exchange of pleasantries. It almost feels like people ask this question because they think they need to ask. So yeah, I understand how you feel about this question. However, let's not throw the baby away with the bathwater. Someone who cares about you asks this question with a different intention from everybody else. I know how I feel when my boyfriend holds me and asks, "Sweetheart, how are you really doing?" I feel validated and everything I am feeling within or going through at the time just spills right out of me. It takes being caring to stop in the hustle and bustle of your day to check on another person, even the woman you love. A man who cares about you will sincerely check and ask how you are doing from time to time. We are usually worried when our loved ones are not fine, so knowing you are good is important to him, so he asks this question. 2. How was your day? When a man cares for you, he's genuinely interested in your daily life. One of the highlights of the day for anyone married or in a relationship is finally getting to see or talk to their partner about their day. The question, "How was your day?" shows that he cares about what you did, how you felt, and what happened in your world while he was away. And nope, he is not asking to make small talk or hear you say, "Fine," because often, that's the default answer when we are asked about our day. But he wants to use the day's events to connect with you and ensure your day went well. 3. Are you okay? Although this question might seem like a repetition of the first question, it's not. The first question is often asked generally to inquire about your general well-being, while this is more specific. How are you is a general question asked to ensure that you are doing well overall, but are you okay? Is usually asked when someone notices something is not right about your countenance. For instance, if your man senses that something is off with you, he can check in with you with this question. A caring man will ask if you're okay without waiting for you to come to him first once he notices any sign of stress on your face or in your body language. He wants to know if anything about you needs addressing and if he can help you with anything. This question shows that he's in tune with your emotions because he might not even notice your countenance enough to ask if he weren't observant. So, this question is a good sign that he is in tune with your subtle cues and is paying attention to you. And that is why he can pick up on things that are off about you. 4. What do you think? A man who truly cares about you values your opinion. When a man cares for you, it is beyond liking your body, it is clear he cares for your mind as well. Therefore, he will be interested in hearing what you have to say about different situations, including major life decisions like whether he should resign from his job and minor ones like where to eat. When my boyfriend and I were still friends, one of the ways I knew he liked me before he asked me out was that he would always ask my opinion on issues concerning his life, even the most random things. I remember clearly one occasion when he called me to ask my opinion before buying a decorative piece for his house. I remember thinking, how that's my business. I mean, we were friends then, and if I had happened to be there when he wanted to purchase the item, that would have been understandable. But imagine calling me to ask if I thought he should get it. At that point, I didn't even know what his house looked like, but he explained and gave me context. That incident amazed me. But that was also when I was sure he liked me and was just biding his time, and I was right. So, in the same way, a man who cares for you will ask you what you think about different things because he respects your perspective and trusts your judgment. This question is particularly important because you will find many men who don't believe they need to consult their women before making major decisions because of the erroneous belief that they are superior. So, his asking doesn't just show that he values you but also that he is not small-minded. He considers you his partner, and your thoughts matter to him. The question is an obvious way to show that he sees you as an equal in the relationship, and he wants your input in decisions that affect both of you. 5. What makes you happy? Let me start by stating that nobody can make you completely happy if you don't find happiness on the inside. However, when we care about someone, we do everything possible to ensure their happiness. We do what is humanly possible on our part to make them happy. So, a man who cares about you will naturally want to make you happy. But as I stated earlier, he is not a mind reader. Therefore, in order to make you happy, he will ask you about what brings joy into your life, including the little things that make you smile. He will ask because he wants to ensure he does the things and creates the moments that make you happy. Recently, a tweet that sparked conversation for days went viral on Twitter. In the tweet, a woman said her boyfriend is a good man as he does certain things for her, which points to the fact that he is a good man. For instance, he ensures he fills her supplements before they finish and watches out for her physical well-being. However, she also wants flowers, but he doesn't get them for her even though she has communicated that it would make her happy. Now, I understand that some may say if he is already getting her supplements, that's more important than getting her flowers. But if it makes her happy and it is within his power to, if he can get supplements, then he can afford flowers. Not getting it for her seems icky, in my opinion. A man who cares about you will ask you what makes you happy and offer them, especially when they are not unreasonable, and he can afford it. He will want you to be happy and find ways to contribute to your happiness. 6. How can I support you? Men have hero syndrome, especially when it has to do with the women in their lives. They constantly seek ways to make her life easier and be her hero. When a man likes you, one clear sign is that he will often seek ways to make your life easier. It actually satisfies a need in him to know that you consider him your hero because he helps you out and supports you. Therefore, a man who cares for you will ask how he can help you in some areas of your life, including tackling a work project, dealing with stress, or pursuing a personal goal. He will not want to assume he knows the best way to support you, so he will ask for clarity to provide what you need. 7. What are your goals? One sign of a well-loved woman is how much progress she makes in her career, business, or schooling. You will see her life gradually getting better in all areas. It is because she is with a man who's invested in her. A man who is always asking to know her dreams and ambitions to push her to achieve them. I have a friend who used to be laid back in life. I am not saying this to insult her but to provide context. For many years, I did what I could to encourage her to want more in life, but to no avail. Well, she got into a relationship, and before long, my friend got serious with her fashion business. Shocked, I asked her what caused the change, and she told me that her man always asked her about her goals in life. She told me she even got scared of answering him because once she did, he pushed her until she made a move. That's what happens when a man cares about you. He asks you about your goals and will do all he can to ensure you achieve your goals. 8. How are you feeling? A man who cares for you will often check in on your feelings, not only when you're visibly upset but even when you are not. This is because he wants to be sure you are still as fine as you were the last time he checked. He won't always wait for the obvious signs that something's wrong. He'll regularly ask how you're feeling emotionally. He also asks because he is attuned to your needs and wants to ensure you feel heard and understood. Now, note that he is not asking to solve all your problems. He can't anyway, even though he will try with those he can. He is asking because he wants to connect with you deeper and be there for you how you need him to be. 9. Is there anything you need? A man who truly cares will ask if you need anything because he is proactive about offering physical, emotional, and other support. He is likely to ask this more, especially when he knows you are one to handle things on your own. Like I said, men like being the hero of the women they love, so they ask this question to offer help and be there for her. Caring men are thoughtful and attentive, always seeking ways to ease your load. So, they will likely ask you what you need to ensure you are cared for. 10. What are your boundaries? Boundaries are essential in any healthy relationship, so a man who cares about you will ask about yours. In addition to asking, he will respect them. When I was single, there was a particular guy around me who I knew I couldn't date because he didn't respect my boundaries. Without even asking, I communicated that I didn't like calls and preferred chats. We were not yet dating, so I expected that even if he liked calls, he'd wait until we got into one, at which point I would also need to shift grounds to accommodate my man. But while he was still wooing me, he would call me incessantly. When I didn't pick up, he would keep calling. It felt to me like he wanted to wear me out and show me that while I didn't like calls, I must take his. Well, that was counterproductive. It made me lose respect for him and maybe even resent him a little. But my boyfriend gave me my well-needed space, and that endeared him to me. So, a man who cares about you will respect your space, limits, and comfort zones. He will value your autonomy and will be committed to maintaining a respectful, balanced relationship. 11. What do you need to feel loved? A caring man will ask what makes you feel loved because he understands that everyone's love language is different. He knows that although he loves you, he might not fill your love tank if he loves you the way he assumes you want to be loved. So, he wants to meet your love needs in a way that resonates with you. A man who cares about you is intentional about expressing his love the way you will understand it. So, he won't just assume and force you to receive love the way he wants to communicate it, but rather how you want to be loved. He will be willing to try to ensure you feel cherished in your unique way. A man who loves you may not necessarily ask all of these questions, but I'm sure he will ask most of them unconsciously because he wants to make you happy. So, if your man does these things, then congratulations. You have found a man who truly cares about you and wants to make sure your love tank is always full. Thanks for watching. Turn on the bell icon for more updates.